It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Trains and Tech. Tonight is going to be interesting. I've got a plan for tonight, but that's about as far as I got. I didn't have a lot of time to set up this week, as a lot of people know. I've been taking care of our dog who had some knee surgery, so been a little bit distracted from things, but I did put a poll up. The poll is updating firmware. What could go wrong? We have 44% of people saying this will be a really long show. 24% saying he is a pro, do not try this at home. 20% says Heath has no idea what he's doing, and I would have voted for that option. 12% says everything is perfect, and it's gonna be an interesting show. So the plan is to update the DR5000, and I gotta admit, the networking of the DR5000 has always been something that like I've always gotten it to work, but like I can never remember what I did to make it work. So we're gonna update the software, and then we're gonna try if it's on the software to do something a little bit fun with the software. Let's take a quick look. 34 people joining us so far today. Let's start with Adam Cruz, because he's at a new job and he has to wake up at the crack of dawn. So Adam Cruz topping off the list. Then we've got Cameron with Caboose 121, Gary Creepy 013, Sean from Dakman Productions. We've got Dragon Ball Tech in the house. D-Rail Daryl's here. Don Head as well. Eddie Pepper's here. Rick from the Fultz Bailey Model Railroad, Frank Steeler Fan 820, James Galton in the house, John Arthur's here as well as John 2618, also known as RailServe John if he ever changes his channel name. We got Curly Express, Dwight's here, Lauren Hurwitz in the house, Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club, Bernard from Mini Prince is here, Mr. Jimbo Trains, Norm Miller joining us as well, Paul Greenwell. Paul, are you new to the channel? That looks like a new name to me. If you're new, just let us all know so we can all say hello. We've got Randy from RDNT. We've got Steve Childers in the house. And yes, another Steve ending off the list, Mr. Wigwag Workshop himself. Yeah, Dagman Productions already predicting what's going to happen. I came to see if Heath blanks out the command station trying to program it. I don't think I'm going to brick it. I don't think I'm going to brick anything. But I don't really know for sure. I probably should just jump right into it. Paul Greenwell's new. Paul, welcome to the channel. I hope my antics are at least mildly amusing, if nothing else. But I guess we might as well kind of jump into it because I literally have no idea how this is going to go. Sometimes, like when I pretend I don't know how things are going to go, I've actually sort of done a little pre-testing. The poll won't close. Did you answer the poll? Or the top right corner, there's 3 dots, the little hamburgers. It should close or get out of your way. So what I got is the DR5000. What you're looking at here is the DR5000. Oh. Cameron, what are you trying to say? Brick wall? What? Blue smoke? There shouldn't be any blue smoke. I'm not doing anything that would cause smoke. But there is a high chance of me bricking. No, there's not a high chance. I don't think I'm going to brick anything. I think we're going to be okay. I might have to open up some manuals, though. We'll see. I'm waiting for one person to show up. That if that person shows up, he can be my manual. But if that person doesn't show up, I may have to figure some of this out myself. But so what you're looking at right now is this is the DR5000. This is the PC program. The DR5000 actually looks like this as well, but it's over there underneath the bench, and I've got a USB cable running across my floor because that's what I've got going on. And it's connecting this computer to the DR5000. And the way I know that it's actually connected is because you can't really, I don't know if you can see my cursor. I don't think you can, but right in the, I'm like going to point to it as if that helps. If I point to it, can you see it? Right next to on the left side where it says DR5000, it's giving me the serial number of the DR5000, as well as it's giving me an IP address. That IP address is completely wrong, and that is one of the things that I am going to try and fix. That I don't know that I don't know. Yeah. Lauren Hurwitz, who's my dad, if you don't know, says, can't believe you'd even consider opening a manual. Only for this one thing am I going to consider it, but we might need to do it. I'm noticing, I'm looking at the thing. I was gonna say DB Tech. So what's happening that's kind of funny, that's confusing me is the chat, the thing that allows me to bring up comments, right? So like Dragon Ball Tech says, 3 dots are a kebab, 3 lines are a hamburgers, just some useless information. The chat comments are coming up out of order, and some of them are coming up multiple times. Like James has only posted once in the chat, this whole like fire thing that he posted, but it's come up 3 times over in this other piece of software. So things are already going downhill. So what can go wrong? So what we're gonna do first thing is I've got a new version of software, and I've already downloaded it. All these buttons, you can kind of see they highlight as you go over them. When you click on the buttons, oh, interesting, other windows open up that you then can't see, which means I have to screen share like this. So when I clicked on this control button here, this other window opened up, and this is kind of the main page-ish, control, settings, scripting. So if people don't know, I guess we should go back a little bit. Total. Thanks for the confidence, Dave. So for people that don't know, the DR5000 is a DCC Command Station by Digikeijs. The reason I went with the DR5000 is that it can speak multiple protocols, one of them being LocoNet. And the club that I was considering joining 2 odd years ago now, everything was Digitrax. So I decided that I didn't really want to invest so heavily in Digitrax, even though I do have, I mean, you know, I do have Digitrax throttles and everything. So I do have Digitrax stuff. I have a bunch of Digitrax stuff. But for the command station, I wanted the DR5000. The DR5000, in addition to LocoNet, also speaks ExpressNet. It also speaks S88. It speaks Z21 and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of stuff built into it, which is what interested me in it. So essentially what we're doing is we're updating a command station. The thing that I'm trying to accomplish, Jerry, more like Rescue One. What I'm trying to accomplish is the software that I'm trying to update. My understanding is that it's going to allow me to connect this throttle over Wi-Fi without needing a JMRI Y-throttle server, or without needing like an LNWI, or without needing all of these other sort of pieces and parts. So people are making fun of me for all of the various things that I'm mentioning, but they're all kind of different protocols. DACman is Z21. The Digikeijs DR5000 is a European developed command station. So it's got a lot of things like ExpressNet and a lot of things like that that are more Eurocentric, let's say. But one thing that they've supposedly added is a Y-throttle server directly into this puppy, which means we should be able to make it happen. So we'll see. People are still saying it's going to be a long show, although the "He's a Pro, Don't Try This at Home" is increasing a little bit in the polls. Did I mention I'm a little bit tired too? That's what's going to make this interesting. So some of the features, you can click on the power button and it tells you what the max power is and what the max amperage is. You can click on like the track output, give you the track output. You can set the max track current. You can set the short circuit delay. There's a lot of really great features that you can set in this command station that I really like this software as well. You know, you can do a lot of your LocoNet or your decoder programming right in it and all kinds of stuff like that. So this is the DR5000 software. To update this puppy, what we are going to do is we're going to open up the panel that's on the USB 2.0. So I am connected from my PC to the device right now over USB. You can connect via USB or over the network. It is possible to connect over the network, but for upgrades, you need to connect. For firmware upgrades, you need to connect via USB. So if you notice right here, it says DR5000 version. I'm currently running 1.6.0, and the latest version is 1.6.3. So this big button right here, I'm going to hit in a second, and hopefully it is going to update it. And I'm actually going to select reset to default settings, because hopefully then I'll be starting off on the right foot. So yes, I mean, I can, I think I can run trains on it. I mean, is that one of those things where people are kind of like, you want to see it we want to see it work first before I mess things up completely. 1, 6, 3. All right, so I should have control over this loco here that you can't see in that camera. Hopefully the camera is gonna switch soon to another camera. Maybe it's supposed to switch. We'll see. Rick from Fultz Bailey. Rick says, thanks for blowing it up first so we don't have to. Always appreciated. The question will be, can you run trains afterwards? That will be a that'll be a good question. So theoretically, well, see, so that was a good question because oh, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you just heard that buzzing, but I did just short something out. But there we go. All right, so now it's running. Oh, and of course the camera switched again. Oh, there we go. Oh, it apparently doesn't want to run in that one little section of track. There we go. Oh, and the camera switched again. I cannot win today. Oh. We're moving it over onto another track, so now you can see it run. Oh, and of course the I'm already having trouble. This is going well, isn't it? Do you see the other trains running though without issue? The other train's connected to the motorman and it's running. Oh man. What could possibly go wrong? There we go. There's my manual. My manual has shown up. Jeez. Oh, this is already going so well. All right. So we just, oh, actually, we're going to, oh, we can do it from here. So we'll go back here and I can actually just push these buttons here and I just turn track power off, track power on. You can see the green light, red light. Okay. I don't know who's working the cameras, but somebody is, yeah, exactly. 100%. Those bumpers are going to save my butt more often than you know. When I was trying to get this stuff, when I was trying to get the train set up, oh, it's over here now. You can see again, you can't see it. When I was trying to get this train set up earlier, I had the switches in the wrong spot, so the train wasn't running. I did some moving stuff around. Let's see, actually, if we go to this view, you can see, like, if you're very observant, which I'm not, a lot of this stuff has moved around, so it's been of a mess of a day. All right. Heath, you need to invest in some never stall. Pat add some to, what is never stall? I don't know what never stall is. Part of the reason I was having a problem is the switcher wasn't even on the track. One of the wheels was off, but here we go. I'm going to hit this update DR5000 button. Oh, so before we get there, the reason I am doing this is if I go, not there, stop that. If I go here, if I go here and let this run for a second, what I'm trying to make happen, and I wish it wouldn't do this. Never stall is a cleaning fluid for train electrical connections. Work great. There you go. So DR5000 can talk multiple different protocols over, oh, there it is right there. I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but right there it says Wi Throttle. So this is version 1.6.3, and right below here is Z21, right there is Wi Throttle. So what I need to do is I need to update the DR5000, and then I should be able to connect this TCS throttle directly to the DR5000. So let's see. Are you sure you really want to update the DR5000 firmware? Use this function only after instructions from Digikeijs. What version of Windows am I using? Windows 11. I'm using Windows 11 because I have a 12 series Intel processor and supposedly they did something fancy to optimize for it. But okay. So what I'm doing, so what I'm talking about is not the Y Throttle app. What I'm talking about is the Y Throttle server. In order to connect your smartphone to a system, you need to be running a Y Throttle server. Traditionally, the way you would run that is through either JMRI, which has a Y Throttle server built in, or if you're Digitrax, you can get an LNWI. If you're NCE, you can get a Wi-Fi Trax Wi-Fi device. The DR5000 has Wi-Fi built into the device, so I don't need a separate box to use the Wi-Fi, but it didn't have a Y Throttle server. Therefore, Thomas, I like to use it too with the Digitrax logo. Yeah, so you can get the LNWI. But if this works, I won't need an LNWI. And that's the whole point, is save some money. All right, so things are happening. Don't touch anything. Don't mess anything up. Oh, programming done. Thank you. Boy, that was fast. All right. So now if I go, not there, I keep going to the wrong spot. If I go here, see, I don't know why it still has this 192.168.16.254. I don't like that. Come on, Lynn, you know if you're coming to my channel, we're going to get into the weeds. Marty, welcome to the fun. It is definitely fun. We are trying things out that no idea if they're going to work. So we want this set up as a bridge and not as a fixed IP. This is the part that I always get stuck on. I don't know how to get rid of that IP address. I'm going to have to figure that out because I don't want it to have an IP address like that. I don't think, do I have a, where's the network? No, so I don't have a network cable connected. So it theoretically shouldn't matter. Although I do want to, I don't know why it won't let me change the settings. Quick now, what's the rest of the show? Well, the rest of the show is now getting it working. Because I don't know, I don't know if it's actually going to work. So I've turned on the Y Throttle server, but it's still doing this weird thing with the fixed IP address and not letting me change the IP address, and that's the part I don't understand. James, we can start over. Sure. Hit the circle next to the IP. You're talking about the refresh button? I can refresh it all day, but because I have a static IP set, it's not letting me do it. See, so there's no SSID. So what I feel like I need to do, that I can't figure out how to do, is get this out of this IP mode here and get it into somehow this wireless mode. So what we're going to do, is we're going to go to the manual, because otherwise I'm going to be here all day. Lynn's driving to Ridgecrest in Death Valley to learn how to wire a signal for a turnout from my pusher dealer. I mean Digitrax dealer. Yeah. No, the IP address can change. It's the serial number that doesn't change. The IP address has to be able to change. Why is it set to? Why is it set to? The other thing is beyond me. Sorry, I'm trying to answer this one. DHCP server should not be disabled. I keep trying to enable it, and I don't know why. And I set everything back to defaults, which is why I don't understand. I'm waiting for Roy to tell me something brilliant. What I'm trying to do right now is close out of this, there you go, and open the manual. So what's nice is if you hit the Digi Central logo right on the center, it opens the manual up right away. Yeah, MAC address doesn't change, but the IP address does. Yeah, reboot doesn't matter. IP address of my computer doesn't matter because I'm not actually connected to that. I'm trying to do what's called setting up an ad hoc network where the DR5000 is going to create the SSID that I will then connect the TCS throttle to. Well, I guess that's a good question too. The Y throttle server, do I need to? No, it should do its own. It should do its own. So we're going to go back to the beginning of the manual, and we're going to look for how to set up network connections. Here we go. Section 4, Introduction, LAN Settings. Setting LAN protocol via home network. Let's go here and start reading. Page 22. Establishing a connection. Yeah, we've already done that. Wi-Fi settings, 28. All right, let's go down to 22. Now I can't find the page number. There it is, 13. There we go. LAN and Wi-Fi settings. So we'll get there eventually. Derek, you missed nothing. I updated the firmware so that I can try and connect this throttle, and this could be a very, very long show, the way things are going. So let's see. It is not possible to connect your DR5000 using the Wi-Fi. Yes, I know that. And I've changed this information. It's no longer there. So that is not going to work. This is the page that says never do what you just did. Yeah. Yes, throttle's unboxed. Yeah, so we're all good there. It does say the DR5000 central unit is equipped with a built-in network router as standard, but that's not what I want to do. IP address, DR protocol. Yes, how do I set it? If the DR5000 is not connected via the LAN interface to the home network or the WLAN to the PC or laptop, the LAN settings are grayed out and not accessible, and therefore cannot be changed. I don't know if you can see what it says right there, but it says, please pay attention. So apparently, yes, it's just, Marty, there is just a standard NIC card in there. So apparently what I have to do is I have to connect, and this is where things get fun, because I need to get the network cable that's up there, and I'm going to run it across the room over there and plug it in. See? See what happens? No, I do not need to be connected to the computer. That is not what it is saying. I am connected to the computer via USB. What it says is that it needs a LAN connection, not a computer connection, to be set up. So let's take this cable, and we're gonna chase this through. So now I'm gonna have a USB cable and a network cable running across the floor. Oh, I just realized something too. Actually, I need to do this slightly differently. I have a PoE injector on that cable, and I don't want to send PoE, so I got a little barrel. So we'll just jump it out. So this cable goes to the router. We're gonna jump it to this cable, And then we are going to, and I'm kind of curious. Let's go back here. If I go to this and I open up the LAN settings, now what I'm curious about is when I plug this cable in, if we're going to see all this stuff that's grayed out come back not to gray out or not. Yeah, no, luckily the shells won't come down. Yes, correct. So the sort of Marty's saying so it needs a connection to the Cat5 to the router, and the Wi-Fi is only for the throttle devices. No, sort of. What it's saying is that for some reason it needs to see a network cable to allow you to, or it needs to see a network to change the settings, which I don't really get, because it's not really speaking this language. So I don't really know why. I don't understand why you need a network connection to change it. You can use the LAN connection to your home Wi-Fi router. You can connect your Wi-Fi device to then your home Wi-Fi router and connect to the device. Or you can use the built-in Wi-Fi in the device. So what I used to use the Wi-Fi for is the Z21 app. If you've ever used the Y Throttle app or the Engine Driver app, check out the Z21 app. I think the Z21 app is so much better than the Y Throttle app. So that's what I used to do, is use the Z21 app over Wi-Fi, and then over the LAN I didn't do anything. But yeah. All right, so we're gonna plug this in. Oh, let's, if I can even get the cable in there. I got everything in here so tight. Oh, that sounded great. There we go. So LAN cable is now plugged in. Let's give it a second, maybe not. We'll move this for a second just so we can see what's happening here or not happening here. So it's loading now. Or is it? I don't know what it's doing. Now you say that after I bought the Y Throttle app. Yeah, the Y Throttle app is okay. I think the Engine Driver app's actually better than the Y Throttle app, but the Z21 app is definitely better than all of them. So the interesting thing is that nothing really got fixed. Nothing really changed. All right, well, that's interesting. It did just let me set an SSID, which was kind of cool. I wasn't sure what was happening there. Okay, so and it just crashed. The application for the DR5000 that I'm using on the computer is PC only. Unfortunately, it is not Mac, but you can run like JMRI on. You can run JMRI on your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can run JMRI on your Mac and connect it via USB or whatever you want to connect it via. So let's give it a second. Do you have to restart it for the update to take effect like Windows? I don't know. It seems to be, it closed itself and it seems to be starting over again. Yeah, I'm trying to turn on DHCP on the device. It's just not quite letting me at this point. So I'm kind of fighting it a little bit. Yeah, JMRI you can run on a Mac, you can run on a PC, you can run on a Raspberry Pi, you can run on a whole bunch of stuff. Got a question. What does the blue circle with the number 1 mean at $sign in chat, since I'm sitting in the back of the class? The blue circle. I don't know. Does anyone know what he's referring to? The blue circle. I'm wondering if the $sign is in the blue circle for some reason. Raspberry Pi and Sprague DCC is a great solution. Okay, so now we got the SSID and the password. Oh, and it just went away. And this is where I keep getting stuck. You can adjust the LAN settings. I'm back to reading the manual. I refuse to deal with anything that requires Windows. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's pretty cool. Yes, you can have the USB and the network plugged in at the same time. There's an option to switch between the two. So, see, incorrect entries can cause the internal router to no longer be accessible and having to be reset. And that's what I keep trying to do, is reset it. If the DR5000 doesn't recognize its IP address, it must be searched for in the network router, then entered in point 1 below. Yes, I know, but I can't even get to the point where it will let me do that. It is recommended to leave the connection type to DHCP. I know. Settings should only be made by experienced users. We're already in trouble. We're already in trouble. Oh, Joey, you know you love Windows. After their names, Pink Elephant. No, John, at the money sign. Yeah, I know the money allows you to do super chats and super stickers and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know the. I'm not sure what the. Oh, member chat. Oh, yes, yes. There you go. That could be what it is. So to change the USB protocol, establish a USB connection, LAN interface to the home network router. The home network router assigns an IP. This normally takes 30 seconds. Yeah, it should take 30 seconds, but unfortunately, oh, wait, enabled, here we go. It's letting me change it. Let's see if it comes back again, if it changes. So I have my work computer is a PC. My streaming computer is a PC. And every other computer I own is a Mac. The Mac is, this is all running off of a Mac over here. Upstairs in the apartment, my media server's a Mac. Everything's pretty a Mac. Oh, so here we go. Rick from Folt's Belly says, whoop whoop, it does this. Member chat. There you go. James says, I should pay you guys for showing up. I pay you in love and compassion. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making stuff up. Members, Caboose is red, Lee is blue. Yeah, so people that are blue are moderators. Members are green. If you're a member, you'll have like a little Human City Junction logo next to your name. That's the color that shows how many months you've been a member. There you go. Caboose 121 says it. Yeah, you get paid in entertainment and blue smoke. Oh, here we go. Wait. It says enabled. Is it gonna update? Is it gonna update? So you know what I don't know? Now that I've enabled this, what I am thinking is this DHCP, this doesn't mean that it accepts DHCP. What that means is that it's sending out DHCP. So that's the setup to make this the router, I believe. Wait until it loads all the way first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this DHCP over here needs to be disabled, because if it's enabled, because it's asking for a start IP address and end IP address, so I think it's whatever. Okay, so we're gonna let it load all the way. So it's supposedly loaded. So now it should, okay, so it's saying I need to type it in. So why don't we try this? Let's try something different because we've been doing the same thing over and over again and it hasn't been working. 192.168.2.1. All right, so we're gonna log in to my router and we are going to find if it's connected to something. And then we're gonna type in what the IP address is. So let's see if I can find it, and it would be on a hardwired connection. So let's go to that. So now here's the hard part, is I don't know what it shows up as. Let's see, does it say what it shows up as in the manual? The home network assigns an IP address. This normally takes about 30 seconds. I don't know if that's the IP address of it, though. It says it's a DHCP address, but I don't know what the thing is. So let's see. Oh, come on. Is it gonna let me change it? There we go. 192.168. Oh, why isn't it letting me? What's it saying? Please enter a value. Yes, I know. I'm trying to enter a value, but you're giving me a hard time. Oh, there we go. Okay, now it's working. 192 dot. Nope. This is fun. Not. See, I should have done this beforehand. Why is it scrambling the numbers? Why are you scrambling the numbers? I know, I want to enter an IP address. I wish if I hit reset, you would think it would reset, right? But I hit reset and it doesn't reset. Reset. I hope that we turn to be fixed. I won't need to return it. There's actually one of the things that's really great about this the Digikeijs devices. There's a really good groups.io page, and it's actually really active, and you get answers very quickly on the you get answers very quickly when you post to it. So I don't pay that much for a device unless it has a big green go button on it. In your router, look for the MAC address. Yeah, but I don't know what the MAC address is of this. It's not showing me. I don't know. Let's see. Will it tell me the MAC address here? No. Maybe here. Yeah, see, that's not the MAC address. So if it would let me type in, oh, let's try this. It says factory defaults reset. Let's see, is it going to let me reset it to default? So that's supposedly reset it, but now if I click on this, see, it still has that stupid IP address there. I don't want it to have that IP address there. You know what I didn't look at? So this is telling me to, go to control, set it to USB, to open the LAN settings in the DR5000, confirm the selection. It takes approximately 60 seconds. Well, it's, yeah, it says that, but it's not, I know, right? This is like a great selling point for the DR5000, isn't it? Maybe you should log onto the forum, probably. Should be a sticker on it somewhere. What I really just want to be able to do at this point is type in what I think the IP address is. But it's making me, every time I type something, it's making me Oh. Oh. Enter, see it says enter or choose the IP address of your DR5000. So I'm trying to enter. But it keeps, I bet you like Roy's probably at home, like playing with his, going and laughing at me right now. So I don't want to change the IP address, but it's telling me that if I don't change the IP address, that it won't let me, all I want to do, all I'm trying to do is to set up the Wi Throttle server. But it's not letting me change any of the settings. Type it backwards. I wonder if that would work. Ooh, there we go. Type the IP somewhere else and then copy and paste it. Ooh. Yeah, I can't just change the last set of numbers because it's the second and third octet that are actually different. But yeah, I know, Lynn. I know, right? I love it. Everything except for the network settings, I don't have any issues with. But for some reason, every time I try and deal with the network settings, I end up fighting with it. And I don't really know why. So I don't want to. I don't need to change the IP address. What I need to do is I'm telling Roy this. So Roy, what I'm trying to do is set the. See, so I got the IP address in. The copy thing worked, but the arrow didn't come up green. I'm trying to set up Wi Throttle. Yeah, so DHCP server is disabled because this DHCP server is if the DR5000 is your router. I have another router on the network. So I'm in the basic tab now. But when I click on the advanced tab, it's not letting me change anything. And I don't know why it won't. Roy has me on speed dial. So I don't. What? Oh, it worked. Jesus. Excuse my French. It finally worked. It finally selected this IP address. It finally selected that the LAN port is treated as a WAN port. Use this setting when connected to your DR5000. Here's the DHCP, and it's giving me the IP address. So I don't know. Joey. That's true. So here's the thing. I don't know what I just did. And as Derek says, oh good, now we all know how to do it. And this is where I just get baffled. It's now working. It's now fine. So now what I should be able to do is set this protocol to Wi Throttle. And by setting this protocol to Wi Throttle, now theoretically, all right, so now it's set to Wi Throttle. Now will let me change. Now it lets me into the settings page. So this is basically your standard router setup. That could be. I might have just not have waited long enough. You know, typical router setup stuff. You know, mode and everything like that, and then the basic page is just sort of their fancy thing. So yes, it's giving me a little bit of torture. After setting IP, you have to wait. You did not wait like the manual said. I'm trying to do this live for everybody, and apparently apparently I'm just rushing things, which I need to just slow down and do things one step at a time. Okay, so let's close this now. And now if I go to the Wi-Fi settings, I should be able to come here. Let's go back to the basic tab. There we go. Okay, here we go. So this is now the IP address of the DR5000, and over Wi-Fi, it's now is it acting as a DHCP server over Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi properties advanced. So this must just be for Wi-Fi. This must not be for LAN. So I should be okay, right? So now I got the LAN settings. 49 minutes in step 2. Hey, it's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. Jason the Train Freak couldn't get past step 1 in an hour. So I'm going for 45 thumbs up tonight. That's the goal. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, so open the Wi-Fi settings. So now what I should be able to do is, so we're going to go here now. So now I've never used this throttle. I have no idea how to use this throttle. I've put batteries in it and I've turned it on once. So now theoretically, so what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to locate this DR5000-serial. I'm going to type in password 1234567 and hopefully this guy will then be connected via the Y throttle server built into the DR5000 with no JMRI Y throttle server and no LNWI and none of that other stuff, just out of the DR5000. So let's see if I could figure out how to connect this sucker to the network. I don't even know how to turn this guy on. Apparently that button doesn't work. Oh, press and hold. Things are flashing. It'll be self-aware in 3, 2, 1. I wonder, as I'm turning this on, there's a DHCP clients list on the bottom here. I'm wondering if I'll see the... Why is it doing that? Am I gonna have to turn on? Am I gonna have to open the instructions for this too? What is it doing? It's doing 3 fast flashes and then something else. Use the manual. It turned on fine the last time. Now it's just going nuts. Ah. Plumber, what's up is that things are down the drain. Now I've got to find the manual for a UWT. Yeah, I know. Why? Right. Why would I do that? RTFM, if you don't know, stands for read the fucking manual. I logged on with my cell not only a few seconds earlier, but I could add another thumbs up. I do sort of think it is. I do sort of think it might be an SOS signal. I'm gonna take the batteries out so that it stops doing that. Put the batteries back in. Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna have to find. I was hoping that I would just be able to fire this puppy up and it would just work. I don't know what that means. All right, here we go again. Here we go again. I I I don't know why I need a manual to turn on the throttle. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna type in TCS UWT-50 manual, and we're gonna see what the flashing lights are. You think it's searching, but why wouldn't something show up on the screen? I know. Rail serve, John, 100%. Like, what? This should be easy. All right, so here we go. Should I try throttle reset? Installing batteries, first time setup. When you turn the throttle on the first time, you will be guided through a quick first time setup process, which includes a quick tutorial. I don't think this is a quick tutorial. The help button. Why is it flashing? 3 flashes. Okay, so Joey says 3 flashes equals insert money to activate. Hold any key for 3 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. All right, if for any reason, we're going down here. We're going down here to the bottom. It says, if for any reason the throttle encounters a problem that it cannot recover from, the LED flashlight blinks in a diagnostic code, which may be helpful to TCS support. If you encounter this condition, it can be cleared by removing and reinserting the batteries. In the event removing the batteries does not solve it, a factory reset may be performed. Navigate to menu settings, factory reset. All right, I'm being told to get new batteries, so we're gonna get new batteries. So I'm pulling batteries out. We're pulling new batteries out. Man, I thought once I got that DR5000 thing down, I mean, look at these batteries, all max. I mean, they came from TCS. I can't believe the batteries would be dead already. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh! It's working! You know, the funny thing is, I just bought a battery tester like 2 weeks ago, just for this type of thing. And already I already don't know where the battery tester is. So, all right, apparently I need to turn on again. Inserting batteries is the same as inserting money. Dude, the red button, not the up. What? I was told just press any button for 3 seconds to turn it on. Yeah, it was blinking 3 times. John, thank you. I wouldn't be able to do it without sounding like I'm on a wooden sailing vessel. So the hour's almost up. Before people run away, I want to play the thank you message because people have been putting up for this craziness. So 50 seconds, thank you, sponsors, everybody, and then we're going to come back. We're going to turn this on. We're going to get this thing connected, and we're going to run that darn locomotive before this stream ends.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
I really don't know where that battery tester is. I just took that time to try and remember where I put it. I like literally just bought it last week and now I can't find it. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Press 2 to start. Welcome to TCS UWT-50 Throttle. Press the blank to see the quick tutorial. We got time. Scrolling. Use the thumb switches to scroll through long text menus. There we go. Next. These buttons have an on-screen label, which changes based on the thing, the blah, 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 blah. Yep, gotcha, yep, okay. Next. Help. On most screens, press the question button for help. I might need that that button as well. Should we do that? Grandpa Rails, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, we should probably do this. Okay, next. Let's connect to Wi-Fi. Click next and see a list of Wi-Fi networks. Scanning for Wi-Fi networks. Okay, not that one. Oh, how do I scroll down? Here we go. I know, like, I just did the tutorial and then I'm asking, how do I scroll down? Okay, so it should be, uh-oh. There we go. Look. I'm so excited. DR5000 serial. So the DR5000 is now at least acting as a Y throttle server. Oh boy. Oh, how do I'm going to have to do this. Oh, how do I switch to numbers? Oh, there we go. A, B, C, D. There we go. Nope. Keep going. Numbers. I want numbers. Wait, can the password not be numbers? Oh, maybe this. Invalid password. Yes, I know. I'm trying. Edit. Okay. How do I get to the numbers? Oh. Do I just type in? I'm like scrolling through, right? I'm looking at the thing. I'm going, how do I type in the numbers? Yeah. It's one of those nights. It's one of those nights. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's zoom out a little bit more. All right, so I got the password in there now. So let's click save. Connecting. Acquiring IP. Why am I yelling? Why am I yelling? Connection to LCC failed. Searching for LCC. Oh no, it says connecting to Y throttle failed. Searching for Y throttle. Auto detect found no network. You need to enter the details and IP address manually. Huh. Let's just double check this real quick. So if I go back here, okay, so it is saying Y throttle protocol is the protocol. So yeah, no. Okay, so I got Y throttle protocol set up, and so why didn't it connect? Okay, auto detect found no network. Let's go back here. Found no network. You need to enter the details and IP address manually. Select auto to try again. Let's just click OK. Y throttle protocol. Select IP address. 192.168.16. Do you think they're asking for the IP address of this? Do you think they're asking for this IP address right here? I know, Grandpa Rails, right? I feel like I'm so close. Yeah, my NCE throttle's tethered, so I don't have to go through this. All right, so let's try 254. Let's click add, save. Let's click save. Port number. Oh, that's what the issue is. That is, I bet, what the issue is. So, Wi Throttle server uses 12090. And for some reason here, they've got the port set at 5550. So if I go back here and type in 12090, and if I set that as the Wi Throttle port, I bet you I'm going to have a lot more luck setting this up. Anyone want to place bets? My subnets are different. 255, 255, 2550. Well, I'm going to go back now. I'm going to go back if I can figure out how to go back. And I am going to I'm going to set this up now using the auto feature because ha ha ha. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? Is everyone paying attention? TCS Throttle 001 IP address. Once I change the port number, I think we're good now. So let's see, port. We're just going to save it. So now it's saying here, searching connected to DR5. Oh, it went away, but I'm connected now. I'm connected. So now here's the other part. I don't know how to use this throttle. So let's see. So locomotive, select loco, 163, address. There we go. And, uh-oh. All right, so 050. I don't know why, but the throttle goes backwards. All right, so now what I need to do is go over to the time saver. Actually, you know what I need to do first? Does anyone know how to turn track power on with this throttle? Let's see. Menu, maybe. Operations, consisting, network, about this throttle. Okay, that didn't help at all. I don't want F8. I don't want yard. I don't want highlight. I want, yeah, now, exactly, Don, exactly. Oh, the red button's track power? Stop, E-stop this loco. No. Would you like to E-stop this loco? No. How do I turn on track power? No, I said no. I said no. Why? It's still there. Now it won't go away. No, stop. Do something different. Loco, 163 loco. Okay, so I know how to select a loco. I just don't know how to turn track power on. Is there a left and right hand use settings? Oh, there might be. I'll check that in a second. Hit the train icon button. Train icon button. That just lets me select the loco, though. That doesn't let me power the track on. So I'm very close at this point to pull out my Digitrax throttle to just turn the track power on, because that's what I need to turn on right now. I also can't figure out how do I switch direction. I don't know how to switch direction either. Oh, maybe this button? There we go. What's this button do? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what that button does. This is so funny. It's in the menus. Track Turning track power on is in the menus. So let's see. Maybe under operations. Dispatch yard mode's off. Loco function list, park loco. Okay, so it's not there. Wouldn't be under consisting, wouldn't be under network. Wouldn't be under about. Oh, here we go. No, that's power off. Flashlight settings. Track power should be on as soon as you no, you have to turn the track power on manually. Do I need to all right, here we go. First time setup, adding a Wi-Fi network, connection issues, power on or off. To wake up and turn on the throttle, hold the button. You may choose to shut down the throttle at any time. Programmable buttons, I don't care. Text entry, potentiometer, operations. Emergency stop, in throttle consisting. All right, I'm really like, can I really not turn on track power? Do I really need to get out a separate throttle to turn on track power? Tim, oh, no, DCC, yep. Yeah, it's off until you turn it on. So here, like I can turn on track power right here. So track power is now on, but I had to get out a different remote to turn on track power. Huh. Well, Cameron, the reason I didn't do it is because I just wanted to, I wanted to see it work. That's why. So track power. Oh. Apparently I need to clean the track. Something is there we go. Oh. So if you don't realize, this is now on the TCS throttle. Oh, this is now on the TCS throttle. Oh, why isn't it changing direction? Why isn't it stopping? Oh, I seem to have. Oh, very interesting. That was weird. It's like it lost connection or something, and it wasn't talking. All right, come on. All right, so I don't have, oh, I do have here. Why does it keep? All right, you're gone. You're gone. Stop causing trouble. It's got power, so it's running. Oh, there we go. Now it's moving. You should see it in a second. Oh, and it just hit a dead spot. So it's now working. All right, so there it goes. It's working. I need to clean my track. Hey, we got to 45 thumbs up. Woohoo! If you press the red button twice, it will toggle power to the track. Let's try it. Hey! That worked. No. but how do I turn the track back on? So that just says it was e-stop. That e-stopped it. Yeah, one press it asked to e-stop it, 2 presses it e-stopped it. But how do I turn it back on? Do I need to get out my other throttle again? I did press it twice. So press it twice again. And it just says, would you like to e-stop? No, press it twice with a slight pause. No. Slight pause. No. Power off. E-stop layout off. Press, press. Oh, say yes when it asks. Oh, would you like to release e-stop? Oh, gotcha. So it only so it only will turn track power on if you've done an e-stop off. It won't just turn, there's no way to just turn the power on, it looks like. Well, it's working. It's moving. You can see the locomotive heading back out of the way. I'm gonna flip a switch. Let me move this switch, which is 12, make 12 green, make 13 green. Oh, and of course the button's not working. Why isn't the button working? Oh, I've got another short. I did some rewiring changes to the layout, and apparently, apparently that one turnout, the wires are crossed. But yeah, so it's working. I don't know what else to do. But it works. You can see there's the locomotive going. Oh. I wonder, can I throw the switch? Let's see. Switch accessory 12. Is that not 12? Oh, maybe that's 14. Oh, there we go. So this works too. I can throw the switches from this as well, which is pretty cool. All right, so now that I'm back here, oh, and now it's stopped again. Thanks, Rick. So here's what's interesting is right now this potentiometer, let me make this big. Right now the potentiometer is full stop off. But if you notice, it still says 12. So you have to like turn it on and then turn it off again. And it keeps doing that where it's like if you get to the wrong spot and go to off, it doesn't actually go all the way to off. And like, so right now I'm in the detent at the bottom and it's showing 51 instead of 50. So it's like the potentiometer's not, see now full is 120 and now off is 28. Now full is 64, now off is 0. Now full is 126. Something weird's going on, no? Now full is 82. I'm just going to keep doing this. Now off is 5. Now full is 126. Now off is 4. Mr. Roy Eltham says potentiometers suck. Oh, I'm too fast for the hardware? I could be. Alley Cat! Yeah, Manhattan wonders why the lights are dimming. Hopefully not. So why are you switching to this throttle versus the other one? Wigwag? I wouldn't say I'm switching. What I would say is that I'm zooming out a little. Sorry for the shaking. What I would say is that I'm collecting throttles. The goal is I wanna be able to compare all these throttles, and you know, these guys all basically came from Iron Planet Hobbies. This one was an exchange from a very generous YouTuber. We exchanged some stuff, and I was able to acquire this throttle. Do you have the TCS UWT-100? Is it an encoder or is it a potentiometer? So the goal of all of this was to be able to hook this throttle up to the DR5000 without any additional hardware, which we've accomplished. And then the next step is kind of to just go through these different throttles and find out, you know, find out what works best for what scenario for me. So yeah, Tim, so you have, if I'm not mistaken, Tim, you have an NCE power cab. So when the power cab, the 100's encoder only, as it should be, Mr. Roy Eltham. Yeah, so I got this from Iron Planet Hobbies. I think I got this one because that's what he got, was the potentiometer version, not the encoder version. I guess one reason why I kind of like the idea of the potentiometer would be for the detent at the bottom and using it in yard mode. So to be able to go like one direction for forward and the other direction for reverse. I like that, but sorry, so back to Tim CP368. Tim, I believe, has a NCE power cab, and the NCE power cab, the throttle is the command station. So the scenario that I have is my command station, oh, you don't use the knob at all. So basically you just set the speed and then you hit the brake and then forward and reverse. So you can use a cell phone for a throttle. I don't know about engine driver, but what I do know is, give me a second and we will, let me hook my phone up and we can drive, if I can get the train back to a spot where it's gonna run. So I am, here we go. So I'm going to enter the password, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Join. So we'll use my phone to control that to that guy. So we're going to go Y throttle server. Y throttle would like to find and connect to devices on your network. Okay. Whatever. Available servers. Set manually. I don't know why it's not. Why do I have to manually set it up? 16254 connect. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to go to the keypad. We're going to type in 163 and go set. So now I've got that selected. We'll go back to throttle here. And theoretically, let's see. There we go. So, oh, I have got to fix this. So now it's running off the, now it's running off of Y throttle. So, see, it's moving forward on Y throttle. It's now moving backwards. So you can do, oh, no, of course it's going the wrong way. So you can do the same things. You use, not you use. Yeah, a lot of people like using their phones. I personally just like. See you later, Bernard. Thanks for coming. So what I don't like about this is if I am running my locomotive and I am looking at my locomotive and I'm trying to control the throttle, or I want to maybe hit the bell or hit the horn, I have to take my eye off of the locomotive. I have to look at my touch screen. I have to hit the button on the touch screen, and then I have to look back up at the locomotive. Whereas if I'm using, I don't know so much about this TCS throttle yet. I just realized I had the two throttles were controlling it. That was kind of funny. Apparently you can connect two throttles when they're both Y throttle. So this should, there you go. So now this, okay. So what I like about like the Digitrax throttles or whatever, and I'm just not used to this one yet, but it's probably a similar thing here, is I don't have to take my eyes off the locomotive and I know where all the buttons are. And the locomotive button, for example, on this Digitrax throttle is a different shape than any of the other buttons. So like on the TCS throttle, how do you know when you're on the locomotive button? You kind of have to count, right? You kind of have to know, okay, it's stop, it's switch, it's locomotive. Okay, I know where that is. On a Digitrax throttle, yeah, I know it's in the top corner, but I can actually feel the shape of that button, and I know what that button is from the shape. The stop button, I know what that button is from the shape of that stop button. So I personally just really like what Digitrax did with the 6 series with the different style buttons. I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit more and get used to it. I will say not being able to turn track power on was kind of a frustrating discovery, I guess. I mean, you know, oh, here we go. Sleeping with Trains. If you have not found out how to turn on track power on the TCS, it's menu button, then 871. Okay, so menu button. And let's scroll down to 8 just so we see what it is. So 8 is settings. So we're going to select that. And then what did he say? 7. So we're going to go down to 7, which is track power on. And we're going to select. And then 1 turns it on, it looks like. So 2 turns it off. And I can hear it clicking in the background. I agree. But I really, really wanted this throttle because everyone keeps claiming how amazingly great this throttle is. Well, I guess most people are talking about the UWT-100, but people have been just saying that, you know, this is just like the best throttle since sliced bread, whatever. So I really wanted to check it out, to experience this throttle, because I thought, you know, everyone kept saying how great it was, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much the situation. The knob is good for switching, yeah. Allie loves her UWT-100. So here's my thing about the UWT-100. The UWT-100 is $300. For $300, I can get these 2 throttles. So the UWT-100 was a tough sell for me when I could get both of these for that $300. Now, if you're comparing the UWT-50, this is $200 and this is less than $200. So again, I can still get the full thing. Now, I get it. If the CS105 ever comes out, the fact that this is LCC might be a great thing. I think LCC is a great idea. I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm curious to see how these TCS throttles advance. I love the fact, so to hook these throttles up, I need a separate device. I need a UR93. So Allie said something. Allie, 100% agree. If you have Digitrax, you don't need LCC. You don't need this TCS throttle. If you have NCE, you need this throttle. You need LCC. You need those things because NCE hasn't come out with a new throttle, and NCE doesn't have a layout control type of thing. So, yeah, and I mean, I've got an NCE throttle right here. You know, I'm gonna add it into the mix. I'll be able to hook this up to the DR5000, and I'll be able to run these all of these throttles. I'll be able to run side by side on the DR5000, and we'll see. I think it's I do think it's a great thing that I can connect this throttle to any DCC Command Station. So it's great, you know, like if I'm only going to take one throttle and throw it in my bag, it would probably be this one because, you know, it's more like it. Yeah, and I think that's it too. I mean, I got to get used to it. I'm very used to this throttle. This is my go-to throttle. I love this UT60 throttle. I just think it's fantastic. I love the forward reverse switch up at the top. I love, you know, the, you know, center brake on this. I think that's great. But as Roy's saying, I think when it comes to switching and yard mode, like switching, I think these two are going to be my go-tos because of yard mode. So yeah. And yeah, I get that this throttle is universal, but my command station is universal, right? So yes, if you buy this throttle, you can go hook it up to anybody's command station, or anybody with an NCE throttle, a Digitrax throttle, or whatever can come to my layout and use any of their throttles on my layout. So if you like a Digitrax throttle, you can use that on my layout. If you like an NCE throttle, you can use that on my layout. So I like that the command station is universal and not the throttle. And Allie, I know that they keep saying that. I think they've been saying it for 2 years now. So I do think if it comes out, I do think it has the potential to be a game changer, specifically for people that use NCE. Once TCS comes out with their command station, because it's got a cab bus port on it, right? So if you're NCE, the TCS command station and the TCS throttles are a no-brainer upgrade path for anything NCE. Steven says, when I started down the DCC path, I just flipped a coin, head Digitrax, tails NCE, and the coin landed on heads. Yeah, I mean, so I started with Digitrax because that's what my local club was. People say they love this throttle. This is a cab 06P, so potentiometer here. But a lot of people I hear that do a lot of operations love this throttle for its simplicity. So I really am looking forward to trying out this, you know, this NC throttle. And it looks like a Pong, you know, it looks like a Radio Shack Pong player controller from the 80s. It's like, how can you not love that? Yes, you need the Wi-Fi Trax adapter for NCE. If you have a DR5000, you need nothing. The DR5000, I don't need anything except for the DR5000. You know what I do wonder? What I have not tried. I have not tried unplugging. I have not tried unplugging the network cable now that I've got it all set up to see what's going to happen. I'm kind of curious. All right, so it knows it lost network connection now. Oh, poll results. Poll results. Heath lies. In order to connect the NC3 throttle, you need another module for the DR5000. 100%. I'm talking about this. The TCS throttle, you need nothing else. For a Digitrax throttle, you can plug it in, but for Wi-Fi, you need something else. For a Proto throttle, for Wi-Fi, you need something else. So the only throttle that connects directly with nothing else is actually the TCS throttle. So, okay, so here we go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to copy all this in. Oh, yep, it'll fit. See you later, PK&W. Updating firmware, what could go wrong? This will be a really long show, 45%. Heath is a pro, do not try this at home, 25%. Heath has no idea what he is doing, 17%. And everything is perfect, 12%. So we got it done. It was not... So the hardest part may have been my fault. I might not have been patient enough letting the Digikeijs software load the IP address once I connected the cable. The key was that I needed to connect the network cable. Once I connected the network cable, it hooked right up. I'm probably going to spend another hour or so now trying to figure out how to power off this throttle. But, you know, I'm sure I'll get there in a couple of hours. Let's see, Robert is saying, so new layout club situation, should the DR5000 because of anybody's throttle? I mean, I think it's a great option, Robert, and I highly recommend the DR5000. I think it's a really good solution for most things. And Daryl loves his MRC. So, you know, if it works. Yes, that is true too. Z21 Wi-Fi throttle connects, and the Z21 app, which I mentioned earlier. I love the Z21 app. I've had to play with it, but it's really only useful for sound locos. Where I'm looking to use the Proto throttle for is yard switching. I think it'll be a lot of fun for yard switching. I like the thumbnail on my MTH DCS. Tim, I know it shows in the chat, but the only way to have it show on screen is if I highlight it. Heath, menu key 9, and then power off. So I'm gonna have to learn the menus. Apparently, I'm probably gonna have to read the menu on this. So, what did he say? Menu key 9. Oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Skip. Menu. Get out of that. Okay. Menu. So if I hit 9, menu, so 9 should be power off. So I can't just hit the 9. Like if I hit 9, oh, there you go, shutting down. Press any key. I don't know what I hit last time. I hit something else. Yep, I will be reading the manual. Well, or at least this web page. I mean, they've got what looks to be a wiki set up. And this wiki seems to, I don't know, is there more of a manual than this? Because this seems like a very short wiki, and I don't know that I have another manual. Knobs are too cumbersome for me. Yeah, I just pressed the 9, did it. Did it! The beauty of the UWT is the help button can teach you where everything is and what it does. That is kind of cool. Although, I hope that's one of the buttons that can be reprogrammed. Because once you know what the throttle does, I don't know that I'll need that that question mark as much. I know. Well, even once I break something, that page is what I was looking at. Yeah, this guy here. So, Derail Daryl, although Heath is the future model railroading is going. Oh, sorry. Wait. Let me try reading that one more time. Totally messed up that read. Although Heath, this is what the future of model railroading is going. Yes, I agree. I think this technology and a lot of these various tech stuff is definitely where it's going, and I like exploring different things. I think it's good to be exposed to as many of the different tools as possible. And I really do look forward to getting, more involved in different systems and learning as much as I can about the various different systems. So, from the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.